Hey there, and welcome back to Cursed Seeds, an educational monster train series where we struggle through the toughest challenges around. This is technically in my blurst seed list. This is like somewhere between a cursed and a blessed seed, apparently. So the submitter won this run, but they thought it was really difficult, and someone else tried it, apparently. And I don't know much details about that run other than someone, I think this second person got a 51k, which is pretty solid win of the Divinity, but it's apparently also maybe kind of blessed in a way. So I'm categorizing this as a cursed seed for the moment because I'm walking into it expecting that I'm solving a problem. I'm solving a challenge run. I don't think that this is going to be a high roll. Apparently, I don't know. So that's what we're working with here. I like blurst seeds because they have a sort of nice middle ground in the sense that a run is challenging, but if you make the right choices, find a line and then follow it, you can have a really good run out of it that feels very powerful, despite the fact that the run was otherwise so challenging. So we'll see. This is another nice reason I picked this is because it's a good diversity with the things that are went on the channel the past couple days. This is Soul Guard with Plink. Fine, it's a fine incanting line. Nothing wrong with that. It's at least not Soul Garden units, which is probably terrible. Still, I can see how this would go bad if you see only Umbra units and you have to go morsels, but you don't have morsels or something like that. We'll have to see what we're shown. So, the other thing I'll mention is that I was going through my Blessed Seed list and Shiny Shoe nuked half the list from orbit. So, apparently, it's so annoying because it's not even the oldest seeds that got nuked. It's the middle ones. For some reason, middle seeds on my list. So, like, not the most recently submitted, but not the oldest ones either. I don't know how their system works. It is unbelievable to me. You want to know the truth? It's not that hard to hold onto a three-letter word, Mr. Shiny Shoe. I don't know why you're even deleting seeds. Technically, if the challenge here is that they're worried about running out of seed combinations, when you think about it, the dictionary times three, the permutations on this are disgusting. I can't imagine actually running out of words. There are not enough players of Monster Train to run you out of the dictionary three times over. So I don't know what's going on, but Shiny Shoe, fine. You're gonna delete my seeds. That makes me unhappy, but it's unfortunate. So half of the blessed seeds list has been absolutely savagely destroyed by Shiny Shoe. So we don't have a huge list for that. That's okay. I don't think people worried about it that much, the blessed seed side, but curse seeds for the moment seem okay. None of those got nuked as far as I can tell. I did check on all of them, but you know what? There's a huge list. Inevitably, we will lose some of them. I'm just not recording enough of these a week right now, but anyway, let's go ahead and get in on this, I suppose. We're currently on a 19 win streak on this series. So that we had an unironic Strangler 3 Windleton run with Paraffin Enforcer multi-strike plus 25, a core defensive strategy of Engulfed in Smoke, and redrawing the whole deck every turn. So turns out you don't need holdover if you just draw everything every turn. It's hard to get a deck to that size and efficiency, but in this particular case, we got it there without too much issue. So we will get in on this run. And yeah, as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's play some Soul Guard. Yeah, sounds good to me. You know, this is the third time I've done that intro. I just woke up, right? And so it's the third time I did that intro because I kept accidentally being muted for it. Unreal. Anyway, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing fine. I usually try to wait longer after waking up to record, but in this particular case, I needed to record right away or else I would intersect with my SO's work in her office. So here I am trying to get through this to the best of my ability. So that's where we're at. Otherwise, I'm doing fine. Let's see. Alright, let's get in on this. Today we are Exile Stygian, Exile... I almost said Wormkin. It's Exile Umbra. And our fight is against... Oh, this is pretty decent. I was vaguely looking at the cards just now thinking about this. You can make some good work out of this. Yeah, you can make some good work out of this. Okay, so we're fighting... right, these bosses. Double Barrel Daedalus. This is... What are you, Spell Shield Arcus? Yes, you are. I always get Spell Shield Arcus mixed up with Curse Arcus. Darkness versus Shadow. Just for some reason my brain thinks these words are the same. And then Diligent Seraph. We have Titan's Gratitude, Perils of Production, and Glacial Seal. Glacial Seal. I mean, he's here. Perils is great to start with. We can make a whole run out of that if we are able to. I could see how this might be cursed, but I could also see how if we do certain things, this might be blessed. Kind of interesting. Temple-wise, we have a temple on 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8, so a 5-temple run. Very nice. Love to see it. Dupe on 8 is on the steel shop side. Nothing impressive. Another dupe on 7 in a pretty nasty positioning with pyromanes and money. That's unfortunate. There's a really good trinket shop on 7 as well if I can actually get the money for it. It's got removals and a cave. Let's see. Removal dupe pyromanes on 6. Magic shop. Let's see. Steel shop removal. So a really good steel shop on 5. Another trinket shop. Goodness. It's unfortunate. But that's another good trinket shop. So again, I mean, if I have a ton of cash on this run, I can put this to good use, right? Which is important to keep in mind. Good magic shop on 4. With an Umbra banner, I suppose, is there. Magic shop and then the Vortex. There's a Stygian banner opposing that. We have a Stygian banner Hellvent on 3, and then there's a Merchant of Steel over there. Merchant of Steel side on ring 2, however, is Umbra banner. How weird. Okay. So, depending on what we draft into here, it might be a Merchant of Magic start here, try to hunt really hard for the Perils of Production holdover. We'll have to see. Fossilized Fangs or Pyre Wall. I'm getting some deja vu. I'm going to click... Oh, this is tough. I pretty solidly believe that Pyre Wall is superior here. This is 15 armor every combat for 9 combats, which is huge. This lets me be very aggro. This also can save my life, right? I love Fossilized Fang start simply because it means that I can do other things with an Alloyed Construct infusion, right? Which is one of my favorite approaches in Umbra, is take Alloyed Constructs, stick it into one of the Crucible guys, Warden or Collector, and then they're actually competent because they can get 2 fuel per eat, which means that they can stay fast, right? They can be fast. I think that's the biggest challenge with the Alloyed Construct infusion normally is you cannot go fast enough. You need fuel very fast. I'm going to take Pyre Wall. I think that's good. This lets me feel comfortable about grabbing this Horde. Titan Channel, of course. I don't think it's Cold Channel. You could gamble on Cold Channel with some morsels, but if I had Shade Splitters, I might consider it more strongly here, but I don't. I'm going to take Titan Channel then. And I'm going to grab this relic. Mind Jacks, Tethys Scales, or Cleansing Water. Well, Tethys Scales is usually a pretty good card. A relic. So I think I'm going to snag that. This could do a lot of useful things for my run overall. I do have some things that are spells that do damage, called Titan's Gratitudes here. Yeah, so I mean, Armor Emblem is worthwhile here. I can bounce big scary things off of Pyre Wall, and I'm going to be okay by it, is where I'm at. Did he get hit? He did, so I can just end a man. That's pretty good. So I'm going to plink, I'm going to end a man, and then we move on. Plink middle, please, don't let me down. Excellent. I will play Train Steward up top. And then I will put Perils into it. Why did I do it in this order? So that I get the Ember Drain? You know what? Great question. Great question. Clearly a mistake. We're going to pop him out anyway here, so that's at least something. We actually don't. I take 5 to my firewall for that, which is kind of silly. But it's okay. I can place Glacial Seal here now. I can Plink. And I should seriously consider more Frostbite. Oh no, one more Spellcast gets this, right? Yeah, cool. Great job, actually. Cool. I do need to try to foregone power the boss here to the best of my ability. We'll get through it because it turns out we're in pretty good position. Also, there's a lot of Frostbite there, which is pretty neat. It actually kills back lines. Cool, I take no damage. I was a little disrespectful there. I took 5, I didn't need to, but it's also fine because I used Pyro Wall. So I'm going to take Flash Freeze here for the better ping. Despite the fact that I have Tethys Scales and Ice Tornado, I just think Ice Tornado is a bad card in general. Immortal Trade is really, really good, but Packed Morsels is also good. I think, despite everything, I'm getting a unit, and because I'm getting a unit, I can go to the magic shop. Also, I could take a Stygian unit there and just go all in on Stygian. So I'm going to grab Immortal Trade for Soul Guard. I think that is better. Yeah, Siren of the Sea. That's a unit that I'm happy to have. Cool. Great, in fact. You could argue a few ways as far as unit setup here. We could say something like, ah, yes, we should go look for multi-strike and plus 25s or incant armor 2s or whatever. But this Umbra banner is useless. Or I can look for holdover, which is equally difficult to find compared to multi-strike. Right? Right. It's equally difficult to find. It's 1 in 4, basically. And maybe I get a good infusion. Maybe I get a shark. I would take a Titan Sentry here for sure. So I think the unit options improve the magic shop side here considerably. Also, plus 20 in consumes are just generally good on these plinks. I'm going to go to the right. I think it is correct. Now, we don't have a lot of cash. Unfortunately, there was not a starting money. There's no money here. So we don't get anything great. Oh. My friend. Lodestone Totem. Well. This is interesting. Lodestone Totem, huh? Well, I'm going to click on my friend Lodestone Totem because he is extremely good. I could take an infusion right now and put Lodestone Totem in, which I think is wise, actually. So you do, on this particular setup, I believe it is Lodestone Totem. You could do Glacial Seal. Oh no. Well, tough call, actually. That's difficult, actually. No good value on the Permafrost. I guess I could stick it on Immortal Trade here. We have a very interesting run for us here. I could do Lodestone Totem into Siren. The problem is it's hard to fit 2 of them on the floor without taking space, right? That's an issue. Whereas the alternative is I could put Siren into Lodestone Totem. Now, another option is putting... Look, this is going to sound weird, but another option is putting Glacial Seal into Lodestone Totem. I know what you're thinking. Can't you put it the other way? No, because he becomes a 4 Ember unit, which is just sad. Glacial Seal is pretty terrible in fusion. I'm looking for something better. Siren of the Sea is better, but it slows it down, right? My big concern here is I would like to utilize the one space nature of Lodestone Totem. I technically could also just leave him alone right now and have Siren plus Lodestone Totem. Totally viable, by the way. Soul Guard will be able to solo a lot of things. This is interesting because maybe the submitter didn't see this, didn't go to the magic shop, didn't see Lodestone Totem and had to go with an Umbra unit here. That can be a very common mistake for people to make when you have a setup like this. They're just thinking, I don't need the magic shop, or I automatically go to a steel shop. They just don't even think about it, and they don't see this Lodestone Totem as a result. Lodestone Totem is a very high confidence answer to this run. I'm going to save my cash. I think we do want to go to the steel shop here. The question is, what does this infusion look like based on what I currently have? Do I wait, or do I go ham? If I do anything, it's going to be Siren in a Lodestone Totem. That's not very good, though, right? I don't love that. I would rather a more durable solution. I'm looking for HP here. Because I can leak enemies to my pyre as long as I can get them sapped down. You could also do Glacial Seal. It's actually pretty okay. Because I can frostbite the heck out of enemies and then they walk up. This is pretty good. Being able to doing this now also makes me stronger in the Daedalus, which is kind of a scary boss for me at the moment. A little bit of sap as long as I can get Siren and Soulguard to, what's it called, Relentless. It's okay. It's tough. The problem is really that I can't assemble the floor very well. Although I kind of can, because Soulguard can take the first turn's Ember Drain, actually, which means that no matter what I draw second turn, I won't have Ember Drain on it. I don't have to do this infusion right now because I'm using Soulguard, actually. Titan Channel has a secondary effect of eating turn 1 Ember Drain, which is exceptional news. Actually a huge benefit for this run. It means I don't have to make this decision right now, which is actually very cool. Yeah, actually that's true. What would be better? That's a good question. What would be better here? Umbra offers very little. Very little in the way of value here. It could be what, Morsel Maker, Morsel Miner, Morsel Maker, Morsel Master. Both of those are terrible. I don't want them. Maker creates units. It's awful. And then what, Master creates units if I play Morsels. Also awful in this moment. Okay, I mean, so there's that. Nameless Siren is the only better Siren infusion form of this, I think, but it still runs into the space problem. I would like to avoid taking a space relic if possible, so I'm thinking Soulguard plus 2 totems in the back with as much scaling as they can get, or at least something. Glacial Seal may genuinely be the right choice here. I actually think it's probably pretty good for what I'm looking at. I'm going to do this now because I think it adds a lot of value to my run. And look, we get Glacial Seal. All of you are going to look at this and be like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm going to tell you, that's pretty good, actually. 40 shards is scary, but remember, we have our buddy Soulguard tanking. I actually don't need this trial right now, and it would be better if I didn't click it. Yeah, I have the unit I'm squared away on, so... Yeah, this is the other problem, is you draw everything on turn 1, right? That's pretty bad. We don't like that. Also drawing one of my spell units. I'm gonna plink middle. Okay. We take the Morsel Excavator. There's something Perils up top. And then I can flash freeze this 9x2, which is really good. And then we can take the Foregone Power. This does put the Excavator into the stupid buddy up there, but it's alright. We can take the plink. This will turn it online, which is good. I can... Yikes. Foot Soldier. I'm going to hold out there. We're going to plink up top. Rain Steward comes down. I will save the 1 HP. I'm just going to Immortal Trade in the back for the moment. So we take the 0 here. Or, you know, 1 mun. Plink. I do need to incant. And then look at this Glacial Seal, my friends. Glacial Seal. Incredible. I can then put Train Steward in front. Saving a whole bunch here, actually. I could technically save even that 7 here. If I play this Foregone Power here. I don't think we ever actually get through the guy in back, but I don't care because of Pyre Wall. I'm gonna save the 7 here. I think that's good, yes. Cool. Great news. Honestly, we look pretty okay here. Just clock the Titan's Gratitude I draw next into this man to do 50 to him, and I will Foregone Power him because it's good damage. Cool, we pretty comfortably get through this, especially. I mean, it looks bad, but the reason is because our backline sucks, and the Spikes man is attacking into Slate, which is not good. But our guy in front 1v1s very quickly here. Yeah, I mean, easy mode. Not even really worried about him. You just Send him a little bit of sap here, and we clock it. Glacial Seal, actually, pretty decent, it turns out. Okay, good. Oh, man. Titan's Gratitude, Flash Freeze, Ice Tornado. I don't want these. I really was hoping for a Crystallis here, or a Crypt Builder, honestly. Neither of them is tough. We'll skip these cards. These are not good spells for me. Diligent, by the way, exists on this run. Keep that in mind. Another Perils. I'm going to click on Prismal Dust here. A few things. Prismal Dust is a variant way of keeping my floor from imploding. It can be played at 0 cost. It's some variety. I do not need a third Perils or a second Immortal trade. And Damage Shield is particularly good in a lot of combats, so we'll take it. I would like... There's a dupe on... 6? Can I make it through the mid-game on 2 of these guys? Or one of these guys? Yes, as long as I keep the Siren as well, I think I can do this. And I take draw. So I'm going to go left here. I would like very much to see some kind of stats. I'm just looking for HP, honestly. Yeah, because we can use Pyre Wall, Sap, and then a whole bunch of Frostbite to get through this. So we'll do okay. Multi-Strike, Incant Armor 2. Okay, Incant Armor 2 on my Lodestone Totem is still excellent. I will re-roll this because I really want... Is Damage Shield better than... Technically, yes, it is. Damage Shield is far superior on average than 25 HP. And I'm not as afraid of this. Okay, cool. I'm just going to take the Damage Shield 3, actually. And I'm not going to take that Multi-Strike. I'm going to look at the Horde. Mark of a Champion is really good. Mark of a Champion is very good here. We have Titan Channel. That's a huge slap. Refracting Lens, though. Let's consider for a moment the power of restoring Pyre health into a sap line. That's pretty darn solid. I think it is Mark of a Champion still. This is just such a strong pickup. We'll take it. And then we'll move on. Major Minor. Oh man, we could have done it. I mean, at this point, what we do is we tiny the Siren and we just go buy that multi-strike. It's fine. You could have done, oh my gosh. If you had like known about this in advance, you could have set up a tiny Incant Armor 2 Siren infused with a Lodestone Totem. And instead we get Glacial Seal. This is good anyway. I'm going to take this multi-strike simply because now that it's one space, it can slot in very comfortably. And most importantly, this provides a very solid backline choice for our run. Glacial Seal is actually going to be better than I think you're all going to believe here. It's very strong into a sap line like this. It's probably one of the only cases where I would take Incant Armor 2 or Incant Sap with Incant Frostbite and be happy about it. So there's that. We're going to plink downstairs. I just want these into my friend. I am going to Foregone Power to get the incanting going. We should have no problems. Again, thank you, Glacial Seal. Just cast Foregone Powers up here. Cool. We should be in good shape. This Damage Shield is excellent. Plink first. We love this Plink. I'm going to toss. That's a lot of damage to take. 20, just eat that. I am going to have to give this man the Immortal trade, I believe. I will put the Rubble Morsel down to offset it. I'm going to Perils that to offset it. We just burn this Antumber Morsel middle. I am going to get a Train Steward shot to get it out of there. And then I'm going to actually use that to take some Damage Shield here. We do 132 into the boss, shockingly. All things said. With 7 Frostbite. It's pretty decent. We just shoot an enemy. Right, I'm actually going to play the Titan's Gratitude. It's better. Yep. Cool. You want to see the power of Glacial Seal here? Glacial Seal kills the entire back lines. Plink is too powerful. Play the Train Steward, he's dead, and then we shoot a man. Incredible. If anything had leaked here, it would have been fine. We plink. I will put down more Immortal Trade because it just guarantees the victory here. We are perfectly fine. We have a 90 damage backline Siren that is very tiny. It turns out that's pretty decent. We just play cards. This is scaling up top. It's okay. And then our man comes in. Looks not great. Actually looks amazing. What am I talking about? We are super chilling, it turns out. Anyway, he's got some sap. He's got some frostbite. He's extremely dead. Okay, I can see how this run looks pretty scary if you go... Which way? If you go to the steel shop on ring 2, this run looks pretty bad. If you go to the right, however, we get some real solid pickups. Glacial Seal. Glacial Seal is here. Should I click on Furnace Tap or Trample Stone or Kindle? Kindle is a better incant here, shockingly, because it's playable at 0 if I need to, but it's also potentially good for my X costs. I think we potentially grab the Furnace Tap. I can just go to magic shops out the wazoo here, maybe see the holdover and be okay, I think is the pickup. We already kind of deal with things pretty effectively. Offering Monument here, very good as well, but I'm going to skip it. Yeah, it's weird. If you went to the Umbra banner, okay? You went to the Umbra banner on ring 2, I don't know, you saw some garbage. And then you came here and this was your unit. You'd be like, all right, well, I guess I'm playing a dog run. This is really just about seeing all of the options for units that you can, because we already now have Glacial Seal, Lodestone Totem, and Siren of the Sea Tiny Multi, which is incredible. So, what a weird run, but what a very good run. There's a much stronger way of playing this run, by the way, if you're not playing comfortably. I think the Glacial Seal pick, in hindsight, is still good. I'm glad to have done this. We have a super guy. I'm not worried about it. I was expecting Siren to get thrown away. The Tiny Stone changes that, means she can actually slot into this floor, but yeah, I was thinking she would get thrown away. I need to take Ember here, don't let me forget. I'm skipping Offering Monument. I don't want to accidentally use it and draw into a Lodestone Totem incorrectly. Ember. It just has to be. We're playing Lodestone Totems. It's the tax. It's the rule. We go left. By selling this banner, I have just enough Ember, or money rather, to afford a reroll in the shop, which is great. I get rid of 2 Train Stewards. I'm going to look at the shop real quick. Okay. I'm going to look at this banner. Excuse me, Shadow Siege. Wow, okay. This run could have looked very different if I had seen a sweeper, right? Good grief. 3 rare units. Fun. We love a big lad, but not today. I'm going to re-roll the shop. I think it is 100% correct because, I mean, I've gotten some flack in chat before. In chat, what am I on Twitch? In YouTube comments before about not taking these -1s and this 20 consume. Right? Because what if there's only a 1 in 3 that when I flip this I get holdover, right? Only a 1 in 3, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be costing 120 gold, right? Meanwhile, I get guaranteed value from this Surge Stone. It's good. And then Ember Stone is also, it turns out, good. So, do you just take the 50 gold here and then walk away? Or do I take the 50 gold, reroll, and then just take the 50 gold again, and then have a decent power up here? I honestly... Universally here, I will take the reroll is the way I believe to do this. A Titan Channel 2, by the way. Make my man hit harder. I think you should always take that reroll. Honestly. Especially with a spell chain in this temple. I think you take this and we hope for the best. Okay, we don't get it. And you know what? It's alright. I can take a -1. It's fine. I can still get some value out of it. Sure. Sure. And you could look at this and tell me otherwise. I think that would be a fair take, in my opinion. I don't have very many steel shops coming up. I miss the next dupe if I go for that magic shop. This is not a Perils run, is basically what this has told me. This is not a run where I'm playing Perils of Production. I don't believe. Not yet, anyway. I would like to spell chain something. It makes my incants better and faster. What do you do that on, then? I could just stick this into the what's it called? Into the perils of production anyway. I don't think that's correct. 10 in Piercing Flash Freeze is pretty good. 10 in Piercing Titan's Gratitude is bad. It doesn't hit the damage threshold I need from a card like this. If it got to 100 damage, I would tell you it was better, but it doesn't. So it's not good. Not a good card at all. 10 in Piercing Flash Freeze is strong, though. This is pretty decent. I also don't need to go ham here. And I had to take Ember, which slows me down. I could take a removal here, actually, which is a strong play. And then chase some removals. Yeah, I actually think the removal here for a Trained Steward is better than anything else. We go to 15 gold and we move on. 55 is not super respectful, but fine. This money would be valuable. I think we can afford it. We have sap to offset it. Okay. We do the same things as usual. I will play the Plink upstairs. I'm going to burn a Trained Steward middle. I will Shadow Realm this guy downstairs. That's worthwhile. Immediate payout for that -1/+10 up there. We then play Lodestone Totem in front. We Plink here, which gives us a morsel for no real reason. We attempt to do something there. Good stuff. I need to incant, is the world that we live in. I'm going to Plink middle. It didn't work. Cool. I need to incant. There's no real way around it here. Damage shield just saved my guy's life. That's pretty cool. We Plink up top. Not good. I am going to Prismal Dust here. I think this is worthwhile. The problem I'm running into immediately is so much discard, right? Like a lot of damage, but that all goes up Pyre Wall, so that's okay. I can Plink here, which turns on Soul Guard at least. That's pretty good. I'm going to Plink again. Every little bit here is solid. I'm going to toss in the Immortal trait, I think. What's coming up? I need to incant this next floor, but I'm eating dirt here. I think it's actually worthwhile to double perils in the back and then just not play things on my next turn, possibly. That could be a bad choice. I'm already at 2 Ember Drain. He's hitting me 2 times. We're going to let this leak go by. I need to make sure I'm ready for this next floor, is what we're going to tell you. Ouch. We take 14 for that. This puts us in a decent position here. Yeah, we at least have a turn, which is good. We might have not seen a foregone power or a zero coster here, which is potentially a very bad thing. But we can now do some disgusting stuff here. And we clear the whole floor, no problem. We can incant up a little bit. It's good. Alright, we get through this. We take 14 damage. Pyre Wall providing tons of value. I'm going to Plink middle. Incredible. Look at that. That was a Tethys Scales Plink, by the way, which gives us a real solid incant up here and a damage shield in front. We easily win this combat. In fact, I also get a Furnace Tap, which is pretty disgusting in practice. That's pretty cool. I could play this morsel, please. Thank you. And we just shoot this thing. Good stuff. Great news. Excellent. Alright, 14 damage. Acceptable. Acceptable. Guardian Stone, Drain. Drain is a really good card here. I think Crystalline Seeds is better because it goes away, it plays well in this Diligent, and it complements the Frostbite that I'm already stacking. I need spells like this. Forever Consumed is probably it here. It's a zero coster. I need things that are good, that are better than foregone powers, which I probably need to be removing. Nice. Okay. I need removals more than I need this Trinket Shop. The Merchant of Steel is dead to me, though. I'm going to go to the Trinket Shop here. Because the Horde is here and the Caverns are here. Winged Technology. I'm going to take Sinner Salve, actually. This is not a morsel run. I don't care. This is... Diligent scares me. Cool. That's good, at least. Rules of Containment is fun. Mask of Penumbra, but I have no... morsel gen, unfortunately. I'm gonna look at this Caverns real quick. Oh, Abandoned Stave. Hey, wait, I just took Sinner Salve? 0 cost Vengeful Shards? This is interesting. I actually think... Oh, wow. Calcified Embers, I mean, you never... don't play them, right? That would be bad here. But getting the upgraded, the... what are they called? Ember things? The, you know, the draw things and whatever are really strong for later. Really strong. I already took Ember, or else this would be really good to take a Stave here. The problem with Stave also is that it's just things that are not spells, right? So I honestly believe this is Embers here. That's pretty cool. And then that's fine, right? It doesn't actually interact positively with Salve. We don't want to use them anyway, so it's okay. I will now look at the Trinket Shop and re-roll because you never know. Okay, I couldn't afford most of them. Lightstone Casing is here, technically. I do think this is time for removals. We're going to cut the last Train Steward here. For sure. I probably need to remove another card here. I think I need to be cutting Orgon Powers. I am running into the situation where I'm discarding too many cards, and I have these Titan's Gratitudes as well. So I think I need to cut a Foregone Power despite Diligent, but that's okay. Remember, I took those Calcified Embers specifically because these become 3 really good Diligent targets. And we just move on at 55 shards here. We're okay. We got some removals. We got some decent pickups. It'll be fine. Mark of Invasion is fine. Yes. I either get a Glacial Seal or I get a Shooter. But we got a Shooter here, which is just okay by me. You could Furnace Tap this. That would be a bad decision. I cannot Perils of Production this because that would also be a bad decision. Again, all of these not looking great there. I think I do. It's tough. Furnace Tap an enemy, maybe? I wish. These Ember Drains are a problem with Soul Guard. Look how many cards I just cannot functionally play here. I essentially only get the 1 incant. It's just not good. Yeah, I mean, I need to do it. So we take, that's 6 to the Pyre Wall. It's an unfortunate drop, but we do at least get our Glacial Seal down, which is good. Glacial Seal lands. I can sap this down now. I should shoot the Collector here, I believe is correct. Okay, now. I think I need to Crystalline Seeds the middle floor. It scares me. I am going to continue sapping this floor out. Okay. Alright. I plink. I Foregone Power. We did our absolute best here. He punches the hell out of me, but it'll have to do. Woof. You hate to see it. I need to play cards. Is just the truth of it. No choice. I have to play this Perils here. I will Titan's Gratitude. Okay, I get another unit at least. Or I get at least something here. It's enough to kill that Marksman, which is nice. We also got Soul Guard turned online, which will help a fair bit. Yikes. Alright, we're going to be doing Prismal Dust here for 2. I'm going to plink first. Yeah, actually, the Magma Morsel is real good. I will then take 1 Prismal Dust. And again, 0 cost for ever consumed, just solid here. We leak, but it's not nearly as bad as it could be. He just does a little bit here. This combat, very terrifying. Immortal Trade guarantees a victory on this combat. We're going to click it. I think I plink. Regardless, that's good. I'm going to Perils the Morsel, I believe. Let's see, 141, 37, 37. She does hit. So if I put this Perils into her, she does slap that guy, which I think is worthwhile. Also, if I shoot this frontline dude, I think I get some better progress here. Yeah, cool. All right, so this guy walks up and does maybe 2 to me. Fine. Okay. We just keep the perils going, I suppose. At this point, the only thing that matters is that I incamp my units up. Good. Because Soul Guard 1v1's this. Yeah, we can't play any spells. Soul Guard wins. That's okay. Honestly, great news. Soul Guard's got plenty of stats to do this. Great news. Okay. 23 damage. Could have been a lot worse, but we took it and it was fine and good. I'm going to now click Ice Storm because, oh buddy, I need a better spell than what I have. Preserve is not terrible, admittedly, but I'm discarding stuff left and right, so I'm just going to click on Ice Storm. I need good spells, is the thing. Engine Upgrade is fine, but I have to play it off floor, so no. Feast is a zero-cost incant. It's sad, but I'm clicking it. I need cards that I can just play. I think I have to go to the right here and dupe my totem right now. I think we lose if we don't. I need to be getting more sap than I'm getting. This also is double removals, which is nice. I do like that. So, that means we toss a Foregone Power here. Good. And I can toss a Plink, I believe. Although another Foregone Power would be good to get rid of. Okay, good. Actually, we'll do that. Cool. That improves my discard in a big way, which I appreciate. We get another totem, which I appreciate. We move on. I'm not taking this money, I don't believe. I might consider it for the trinket shop, actually. House Arcus looking at 80. As long as I can play my units, I'm okay. These calcified embers are a blocker for Arcus, which is a scary guy. I think I backload my temples. We're going to move on. I don't need the money, and I think that it is correct to keep Arcus weaker at the moment. This is an interesting run because I can see how it would be difficult. Wow. Okay, so we do daze the heck out of our floor. It will have to be okay. Fortunately, Soul Guard is fine either way, and I can get the second Lodestone Totem down. Great news. Cool. I can see how this run would be difficult, by the way. It's been a little tricky to navigate. That Ring 5 is tough, though I can see how you get through this run, but maybe struggle, don't go to Divinity or something like that. So, yeah, that fully tracks to me. I'm not going to Perils here and lose my next turn, I think. We're just going to accept the 1 damage shield, and we're going to be happy about it. And we get some good incants on that turn, so that's fine. Cool. Alright, I think we get through this combat just based on the draw here. I do get Ice Storm, which is fun. I know I could have plinked, but I actually just don't care. Ah, dang, the spell weakness is on the bottom guy. It's not worth it to hit the middle. I will incant instead. We leave these embers alone because they are just attacks right now. This is... wow. Really bad, actually. I need to cast a spell. I can't afford this. I'm going to Titan's Gratitude here. Honestly, great. Feast now. We can at least do something here. Cool. You know what? It's way better than it could have been. We kill the backline thanks to Glacial Seal, and the guy walks up and dies doing zeros. Cool. We just Plink, because Plink is good here for sure. We turn on Soul Guard, which is great. It does trade effectively here. So let's just get some morsels shot. I believe I will take a Perils on this turn. I think that's fine. Just need to cast spells. Cool. Guy walks on me, no problem. We get the Crystalline Seeds. We can Frostbite the fella in the back. We Plink. I will not play the Immortal Trade right now. This guy walks on me, but it's not that bad because we have enough sap that they are taking zeros to the top. This is a really bad turn. I am going to Perils in the back just to get some kind of sap down. And that clears the whole floor, actually, which is great news. Alright, we Plink. We, I guess, get this morsel killed on middle. It gives him armor, but it gets it out of the deck. We shoot. It's cool. Alright, we are doing alright here. I do want to make sure my next turn I can play cards. So to do that, we don't play... Actually just kill this guy, which is cool. We don't play the Perils. Perils is wrong here. Man walks up with 2 sap. This is bad until we plink. Plink swings this in a big way. Oh, and then we play the Furnace Tap. You could put this in front, but he gets the hell beaten out of him. I think it's still better in front, right? Yeah, he dies still, but it's still better to do this because he represents so much more value to the floor overall. Cool, we get it. Ugh. You see how scary Arcus was there, actually? I think little things like don't just take random shards is a good idea. I'm going to take Spike of the Stygian. Again, X costs I don't mind because I can play them at 0 and they're fine. I can just shoot my own unit here. Harness the Titan could maybe make Plinks better, but it doesn't benefit most of my deck, so I'm not going to click it. I can draw cards at long last. My floor is spoken for, and I should get, yeah, here are the rewards for my embers. Excellent news. We convert all 3 of them into very strong spells. And I'm going to go look at a trinket shop, because I don't know, why not? I don't need another dupe right now. We're going to make Titan Channel 3. I think it's correct. Divine Temple says -2. Well, there is value there. Intrinsic is interesting as well. Firestone Housing, a little late for this. Yeah, it's a bit late. Totem Fragment, Split Anvil. You can do some things with Split Anvil. Most of my deck is free, though. I don't actually think these are it here. I'm going to re-roll this. Mark of an Exile. That's funny, but also I don't think that good. Oh, how curious. For the greater good here is very not good. I think the right choice is actually to drop a Sapstone into my... Where are you? Sapstone into one of my Glacial Seals. This is just solid choice, in my opinion. It gets the sap going, which I think is good on Divinity. And yeah, we're just going to do it. For sure. Okay, we're removing cards. I can afford to do this, I believe. It's going to be, let's count them up at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 spells, so I can afford to do things like drop some plinks. Although I am actually just going to kick another Foregone Power here. That's 3 discards now is left in my deck. Alright, cool, I'm going to remove a plink. Good enough. I need to take something here. What does Intrinsic get me? Intrinsic is an interesting startup. If I were to Intrinsic anything, what is the best pick here? I need to take 30 here, so a -2 is fine. It's not that good. You can put in Furnace Tap, but I'm not playing this as soon as I see it, and I only play it once. The Intrinsic is potentially just outright better on something like Prismal Dust, but the problem is I don't have a lot of Ember on turn 1. You could do like Intrinsic Excavated Ember or something, maybe. I have to take something. It's just the truth of it. So, with that in mind, I'm going to take a -2 on a Spike of the Stygian, I believe. Actually, I think -2 on Forever Consumed is good. It becomes a 60 damage shot, actually, at 0 Ember. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm going to do that. We're going to stay here. I don't think the Intrinsic adds anything to this run. We move on and save our cash. Cool. Spikes is a very great way of taking 1,000,000 damage here. But it's Winged Horde, which means I think we can actually get away with it, because most of them are going to die to Glacial Seal, actually. Shockingly. Soul Guard, Glacial Seal, Siren of the Sea, draw a card, draw a card. Wow. I play all 3 of my dudes. That's outrageous. I get my whole floor out. Thank you, Excavated Ember. Very cool. We will just keep sap here. There's no reason not to. I will play the Feast here. No reason not to again. I do think I need to be doing Perils here. Plink. Again, too much in the way of Ember Drain for the moment. We don't click it, I don't believe. We let that guy walk. Unfortunate, but fine. Okay, we do get a flash freeze here of value, which is good. It saves a little bit. We'll take it. Okay, I do get a Titan's Gratitude of some further value here. Cool, and then I will play the other Titan's Gratitude here, which is okay. This guy walks on me. Again, Spikes is scary. This is a good turn. We will Ice Storm here. That's solid. I do believe we need to go ham. If I play all 4 of these remaining spells, I think we turn on Soul Guard here. 15, yes. So we will do it. I'm going to Perils in the back then. I will play 5 damage shield into... Honestly, Siren. She's going to be getting hit by these spikes a lot. And then do a 60 damage Forever Consumed, and I can drop Foregone Power, which turns on Soul Guard. Okay, good. Really solid turn. Well worth all the picks. Feast, honestly, excellent. We're going to Plink first, because you could pop the front. Yeah, true. We shoot now the front. I think it's still correct to do so. Good. I do think I need to be playing this Immortal trade here. He's got a lot of HP. But my Ember situation next turn is not excellent. I think we skip it. I can just send this Rubble Morsel on middle. It's okay. I will take the Foregone Power here. That's good. Now, I could get a little more Frostbite here, but I really don't think it's Immortal Trade's time. Cool. This guy walks, does like another 10 damage thanks to spikes. It sucks a bunch, but it's fine. Ice Storm. Good job. Plink. Plink. Okay. Is it time... What's upgraded here? Just the front fellow? Okay, good to know. I get a Perils in my next draw, so I'm just going to click Perils in the back here. Reduce some damage on Soul Guard. And that will help. Okay. Alright, we get a really good Forever Consumed, but I think the right choice is to just shoot a man in the back. That will be valuable. You could Plink. I think Plink is actually just superior here, because there's a world where you hit 2 things. But that's okay. We just keep shooting. Every shot is good. I'm not scared of Wilt Wings here necessarily. All I need to see is my 1 Immortal trade, and we win this for sure. Is Perils correct play? Not right now. So what we do is we Forever Consumed first, just for a solid amount of damage here. And then we Titan's Gratitude, and we're okay with it, reducing them further. Cool, we take just the damage from some spikes and some extinguished triggers. Cool, we get the Immortal trade. We are square. I will Plink this. I will Ice Storm this. Yeah, sure, it hits them front dudes. That's great news. Honestly, we are fine now. Soul Guard 1v1s. Yeah, we play Furnace Tap here. We play Immortal trade. We just sap a whole bunch, which drops this guy down to 30. And we're fine. Cool. Honestly, great news. We get through this combat. Cool. We take some hits, but that's well worth the trade. I do think things like Urchin Spines are a good pickup here. Avoid Drain like Plague. Yeah, we'll take Urchin Spines. Just a spell I can cast. That's good. Void Binding. Where am I going? Magic Shop, I suppose. More of this. That's tough. It's not time for Void Binding. If I had a holdover, maybe I would consider it, but no. I'm just going to take Prison Retrieval for the same reason I've taken all these other X-Cost cards. They're good to burn. We are going to go left here, I think. Magic Shop could still provide value. I skipped the Pyrestone housing, so there's no world I get anything out of the Merchant of Steel, and I don't need a dupe here. What am I going to do, make a 3rd totem? I don't think that's going to be that helpful. So we go left. We're going to look at the Trinket Shop. Huddlebeard is incredible here. Yes. Snap Click. Great news. I have to get 15 shards. Spell Chain somewhere. Okay, give me a Remove Consume, actually. Give me a Remove Consume, actually. What was in here? Was that 10 and piercing? It's not. Okay, so my Ice Storm stays kind of bad, but we can make it a little better. I'm going to make it -1 and a +10, so it's at least a competent-ish card. This Permafrost is going to just discard whatever I Permafrost, so I don't care. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You ever seen Spell Chain remove consume Excavated Ember? This card is outrageously powerful. Wow, okay. Wow, that's good. That's really good, friends. I'm gonna make this Flash Freeze -1 +10 here. That's pretty good too. Incredible. Wow, truly great news. And I could re-roll, but I can't really afford to do anything too fancy with this shop. I'm gonna re-roll just to see what I missed. Sketches of Salvation. You know, Sketches plus Lodestone Totem actually super wins here, which is very funny. If only I had one space, this would freely play everything. But I do want Soul Guard on the floor, so I'm not going to pick up Sketches. I'll buy a removal, maybe. The real question you have to answer is, how am I dealing with Diligent? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 cards. I can afford a few removals, which is good. I'm going to burn... Honestly, I'm going to remove these Perils of Productions. These cards are not good in my run. Like, I just need to get rid of them. Cool. Goodbye, Perils. Yeah, goodbye, Perils. Goodbye, Perils 2. I would rather keep a Plink in, because it's just easier to play. A Plink. We're going to now cut... I guess it is now a Plink, actually, because that card is pretty bad. Sure, cool. Good. That brings me 3 removals down to 20 cards exactly. We are square for Diligent. Intrinsic, can I intrinsic anything for some silly value? No, I don't believe so. The Prism Retrieval, no, because we don't have enough Ember to pull out a big guy and play him. So I'm going to go ahead at 100 out of 100. Let's rock. Right? Anything in this shop? Yeah, let's rock. Cool. Honestly, great. Honestly, great. I think we get through this. No questions. It's a good turn 1. Soul Guard plus Glacial Seal down is good. I can Crystalline Seeds down below, and then spike the guy with the Purifier here. I do this because I want him gone. And I incant upstairs. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I want to improve my draws is the important thing. It's Glacial Seal Siren now. I would like to Urchin Spines here. I believe this is going to be good. I think I saved my Excavated Ember. No, I need to get this guy out real quick. Yeah, we're gonna just send it, is the thing. I will... Plink here is actually pretty good. Yeah, sure. I can play a Morsel somewhere else, and then we can Titan's Gratitude here to get rid of a damage shield, potentially. Sure. I think I'm okay with that. We get some sap in the Diligent, which is good. I can play these curses for free, but you can kind of see the big struggle here. Incants are a difficulty. Beast. Okay, we get some sap on this guy. He walks on me, but... So he hits me a little bit, but sap helps a ton. Curses are bogging me down in a big way. I'm going to burn Ice Storm here. I think I just need to. Really good set of hits, actually. Titan's Gratitude. I will play the Immortal trade, just because I think I need to. Yeah, I think I need to incant here, right? I think so. Guy walks, does nothing. Diligent is up top. Scary. Okay, self-mutilation, get that. Hold the Vengeful Shard. I'm going to burn the Excavated Ember here, I believe. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter what I do here, but... Right, I want to draw through and leave the Vengeful Shard in my hand, as well as everything else here. So I think we play the Prism Retrieval last. We do Excavated Ember here. And then I just keep Excavated Embering here with the spell chain. This will put the good one in my pile, which means I can redraw here. All of these guys are going down, so we flash freeze. Ooh, I can flash freeze in the front and then Titan's Gratitude, which is super correct. I do think it is time for Plink and Plink and Prism Retrieval at 3. It doesn't matter. And then Titan's Gratitude with the discard. Very, very strong turn. We're up to 96 Frostbite here. Whole floor goes down. Okay, that is a lot of damage. That's enough damage here that I'm reasonably confident we clock everything. We beat the boss. The question is just prevent me from taking a lot of damage, because it turns out damage is bad. I'm going to click the Immortal Trade for this incant because these guys in the back are just hard walking on me, pretty much. And I need the incant. We will not play Furnace Tap. I will just get more Frostbite and more sap. Cool, they walk and die. Excellent. Okay, what are we looking at? This is a very bad turn, but I think it is just forever consumed. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything for me here. I'm going to Titan's Gratitude first, burn this, hope for the best. That'll do. It gets me more saps, which I think are important. Guy in the middle is walking and doing damage to me. Okay. It's fine, I suppose. We win Relentless, as long as I can get to Relentless. Sap everything, please, and thank you. Frostbite the guy in the middle for sure. 8 sap, 42 Frostbite. I mean, it'll have to do. Oh, well, he died due to Frostbite. That's really strong, at least. Cool, I'm going to Self-Mutilation. I'm going to burn Immortal Trade here, I think, is the best I can do. And then we Excavated Ember. We Excavated Ember. Every turn I do that is extremely strong. We forever consumed this man. We Titan's Gratitude this man. Whole floor gets swept out. I think we have to draw our Furnace Tap here. Turns out we do. Excellent. Vengeful Shard, Vengeful Shard. I'm just going to Excavate an Ember and burn this. It's fine. Really good turn for this. Play all the cards. We do take a Furnace Tap in front. It's good. We sap the boss down to 0. We win. Okay. Oof. Scarier than I would have liked, but still good. 23 damage taken. We move on to Divinity here. Honestly, Cuddlebeard Glacial Seal, my mans. This run is much stronger, though, if you hold out and just high roll on your Siren. Get it down, get it like Incant Armor 2, Multi-Strike, 1 space, then you put the seal into that and you make 3 of them. The run looks real good, but in truth, it's fine. I am going to Forever Consumed for the sap here. These are good. The next one I play, you'll see why I took the Sapstone immediately. Because this one, you just drop this fella in, and that's 4 sap on the boss. We will burn Excavated Embers here. We're just going ham. We're going to turn this into a big turn. We will Plink. I will Prismal Dust in the front, I think is correct, but I'm going to Titan's Gratitude first. I think that's fine. I want to get that extra sap in. I do need the 7 damage shield here is strong. Cool. This guarantees that I'm not going to lose that front totem, which is a big concern at this stage. Cool, we get Crystalline Seeds, which is solid. Although I think I really want a Crystalline Seeds downstairs. Yeah, I want that Frostbite down there. I'm going to Flash Freeze somewhere here. Doesn't really matter where. We're just burning stuff. I am going to Plink. There's no reason not to. We can just take all this sap. These guys are sapped and dead for sure. They're not going to do damage to me. The Frostbite murders them, as well as the damage of the Pyre. Okay. Urchin's Mines. Ice Storm. Blink. Spike of the Stygian goes somewhere. Again, a value because this Will Wings now dies. I'm going to spike in the back, I suppose. It's good. We do have our friend enabled as well. 40 Frostbite is sufficient here. This guy will walk and die. I think they're all going to be like this now. right? They're all just going down. And there's no way around it. You can infinite, by the way, with that thing I just did. That thing I just did. You know what I'm trying to say, right? With the excavated ember, that's the word. Words are hard, especially when you're recording this early in the morning, but it's fine. We are just going to burn some excavated ember value here. We want to get a lot on this turn. Frostbite, the boss here, it's good. Actually, I can guarantee 75 kills the front dude here, which is exquisite. I do want Soulguard to punch him, which is important. We're playing everything for what it's worth. I definitely need to Titan's Gratitude here for sure. That does a lot of damage. He actually dies. I don't have to take the Ember Drain. Great news. Wow, nice. He walks up and just dies to everything. That's great. He's really scary though, which is why I'm glad to have solved that via other means. Titan's Gratitude, great. Look at that, Forever Consumed doing work. And I'm pretty sure, win off of the back of where we're currently at. The enemies are going up with enough sap and enough frostbite that they just get wrecked. You just plink here repeatedly and you are fine, right? Now that's obviously not the best turn it could have been, but I think we actually get hit here. Oh yeah, 2 damage to my higher wall. This is another good turn. Excavated Ember is great here. He has some frostbite, which means that a Forever Consumed is huge here. So I'm just going to click this Forever Consumed and kill this man, which is excellent. I do think it is time to just keep this sap going. I'm going to Ice Storm downstairs. I'm going to Flash Freeze and at least kill one of these dudes. And then I will Immortal Trade up top, I believe. Although I don't really need to. I'm going to save the Ember Drain, actually. We chill. Yeah, we chill. We win. I take 1 curse. Cool, we did it. It is worthwhile to just incant here. You blast a man. We sap it out. Only damage we take is the Extinguish. We win. 94 sap, tons of frostbite. It's enough. Enough turns here that this Divinity never stands a chance, and we get the win. Woof. Okay, well, a very strange run. Glacial Seal has his day, kind of. It still counts. It still counts. I'm gonna not forget to look at the other people's challenge links, right? I have forgotten in the past. Sometimes I get obsessed with how other people are winning, but we're gonna go to the challenge. Not a good score, by the way, but not the worst. I want to see the submitter. This is the submitter who did not go to the Divinity because I guess they were scared. I mean, they had the super floor, right? Maybe they just forgot to take enough tokens here because truly enough tokens, enough pack shards, because truly they even had the super floor, right? They held out for longer, which meant that they could put the Lodestone Totem into the Siren and then do a super Siren. This is disgusting. This is a stronger run than mine. For sure. That said, I do think that they could have just removed cards, right? They really went all in on this Ember Drain. They took the Void Binding and everything. And then ultimately never got the holdover. Didn't take many cards that were particularly good. Interesting. It's not great. The Siren is hard carrying here, but it's not great. Let's look, that's me. See the other person who got this win. Man, they got it too. All right, maybe I'm just a weirdo. This one, they have, again, 3 perils of productions. This is interesting because you can see people making mistakes on perils, on just going so ham on this. To some extent, if you have enough of them, they kind of do have holdover. But, I mean, when you have 4 plinks, 2 flash freezes, 2 Titan's Gratitudes, like, your deck is huge here. Like, your deck is so large that it's just unreasonable to expect that you're going to draw these fast enough. And then they didn't go the path that even has the Excavated Embers, which is unfortunate. Meanwhile, 4 Sirens, this just feels like over the top, right? You could have, like, you actually take damage because your floor is so hard to set up. You need to be incanting. It's actually wrong to have too many of these Lodestone Totems, is one of the unique things about this line, because you slow yourself down. That's 3 Ember and also a spell you're not drawing. You need to be incanting, like immediately. So I think we did a lot better overall. Only took 23 to Diligent and took nothing to the Divinity. We did okay. Obviously, the score is lower, but it doesn't matter. I think our Glacial Seal line is actually surprisingly pretty good. Just truly. I don't knock it until you've tried it. This helped a lot with the sap wearing the enemies down, and then eventually hitting Cuddlebeer was pretty big on that. So otherwise, my deck has a much better is much better overall. There's just cards that go away. It's like X cost. My redraws are real strong, and a lot of consumes just to answer Diligent. And then I have some decent cards. They're not great, but they're decent. I've removed every single foregone power. Basically, I think one is left. Yeah, one was left, and then there were three planks. I've cut a lot here. The excavated embers are huge. They're just free draws, and I'm taking cards that are just zero cost incants, truly. And honestly, we did pretty well. I think our deck looks a lot better overall than other folks. And we still had our little siren chilling in the back. She got to live on the floor. So, not the highest of high rolls. I played a much safer choice. But honestly, I feel like it was more comfortable thanks to Glacial Seal. So, Glacial Seal, optimal choice? Question mark. I'll let you decide. That brings us up to 20 wins on the series. You'll love to see it, and I will let you go there. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.